Hello, welcome to Bookmas Day 9. I skipped posting yesterday just because I didn't really feel like filming or editing anything the day before, and I didn't want to force myself because this is supposed to be fun. I don't want to just put up something just to put up something. I think I'm going to do 12 days, like I said in my other video, because then I can get my 12 days of Bookmas out and then do like my year-end wrap-up book videos. I can't really do any of those since I'm still reading towards that goal. So I will get there and I will do my wrap-up videos at the end of the month, or they'll either come out end of the month or early in January, depending on when I hit my goal. If you've been watching my channel, you know that my goal is to hit 100 books read this year, and I think this is the year for me to do it. And next year, I think I'll be lowering that goal and not trying to hit such a high number. But because previous years I've either been pregnant, had a newborn, or other things going on, and now, yes, I have a toddler, but at least my toddler takes naps and goes to bed fairly early, so I still have some time to myself. That's like a long-winded way to get to the rest of this video. I am currently reading book number 95. So I've completed 94 books and I'm reading book number 95, which I'm thinking I'll finish in the next 2 days, I'm hoping. And I've been looking at my end of the year TBR, and those books are just too big for me to hit my goal. And I want to be realistic with myself because it is Christmas time and we're watching a lot of Christmas movies in the evening, spending more time as a family doing different things. So I don't want to worry that I'm giving up reading for that or vice versa. I want to enjoy that stuff with my family and my husband. So I don't want my reading goal to take away from that. I don't want to do those big 600-page books and force myself to do it if I don't want to. I have a stack of shorter books here that I just wanted to share with you. These are ones that I pulled off my bookshelf that I think would be good books to kind of fill those last 5 books to 100. And let me know if you suggest any of these over any of the others, because I don't know a ton about any of them, if that makes sense. So let's just get started. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books here. So I'll probably end up picking up 5 of these. The first book I have is Liberation Day by George Saunders. I haven't read any George Saunders books, and I know that he is most well known for his short stories. He also wrote Lincoln and the Bardo, which is a very popular book that came out a few years ago. So this I picked up in my used bookstore. It's pretty short. It's only 230 pages, and they're short stories, so I feel like sometimes that reads a little bit quicker. This was apparently one of the New York Times notable books of the year. So I don't know what the theme of these stories are. I don't know what they're about, but I do know that I want to read some George Saunders. So this is the first one. The next book I have is There by Tommy Orange. I haven't read any Tommy Orange, another one of those authors that I would really like to get to. And this has kind of been all over. I feel like it's really grown in popularity the last few years. This is also one of the New York Times 10 best books of the year when it came out. So excited for this one. I know this is an indigenous story. It's about indigenous people coming together for a powwow or something like that. I also picked this up at my local used bookstore, so excited about that find. And this book is only, well, I say only, it looks really short. It's 290 pages. So maybe not this one, maybe this one if I have more time, but it looked really short, which is why I picked it up. Next book I have on here, and you'll kind of notice a theme, but this is a lot of authors I haven't read before, and it is Colson Whitehead's The Nickel Boys. He also had a really popular book, The Underground Railroad. I heard a lot of people prefer Nickel Boys, and just the general premise of this book interests me more. This was the winner of the Pulitzer Prize, and I believe it came out in 2019, so fairly recent. This book comes in at a little over 200 pages, I think 210. This could be another option. Then I have this book by kind of a classic American writer, and it is Cormac McCarthy's Child of God. This one's very skinny. I've had this one for a little bit. I really enjoyed McCarthy's book, The Road, which is one of his most popular ones. An interesting story came out about Cormac McCarthy not too long ago about him and having a relationship with a really young girl that just recently popped up after he has passed. So who knows how much of it is true, but there's a lot of stuff to back it up, I guess. And so kind of I hate when that happens, when an author does something skeezy and you're a fan of theirs, and then you're like, I have to look at your books a little bit different, especially when you write about stuff that you may have done in your life. So that's unfortunate. But anyways, I'm kind of on a segue there. This book is a little over 180 pages, so also short. Then I have Bell Hooks All About Love. This has been on my radar for quite some time. I don't know a lot about it. I think it's just different musings on different types of love. So this one is on there, and it's a little over 230-ish pages. So this is one of the longer ones on the list, but I think this would read really quickly. Next, we have How to Pronounce Knife. This book I've had for quite some time. I picked it up. It was really popular when it first came out. It is a short story collection, and I believe it is about people from different cultures coming together. I think it's stories about immigrants in Canada, maybe. I think that's why I initially picked it up, or something along those lines. But anyways, this has been on my shelves for much too long, and I need to get to it. It is 180 pages, so doable, very short. Then I have a translated work here, and this is The Premonition by Banana Yoshimoto. Very cool cover. It's got some foiling on it. I haven't read any Banana Yoshimoto. I know that she's a pretty popular Japanese writer. I like reading translated works from Japan and Korea, so this one kind of interested me. I have no idea what this is about. I think it's something about dreaming, and this person has like a premonition. It seems very whimsical and surreal. The book comes out to a little over 130 pages, so probably the shortest in this batch. Then to kind of fill this out, I have two Joan Didions that I have picked up over. This one I think I got from my library bookstore, and this one I think I got on sale somewhere, but I've had them both for quite some time. I want to read more Didion. I just haven't gotten around to her yet. I think this is short stories. This is a novel. So I think this is short stories. This is a novel. The White Album is a 220-ish pages. Played as It Lays is like 212. So both pretty shorter books, closer to 200. So maybe one of these I'd pick up. Maybe both if I'm in a big Didion mood, but I would likely pick up one and then move on to something else. I'm the type of reader that can't read a similar story or a similar author over and over again. I love to like bounce around from genres and authors. Even if it's an author I really like, I don't tend to read them consecutively. So I'll likely, if I do pick up a Didion, it'll likely be one of these and not both. So that is my little stack of books. These still aren't like short novellas. They're just shorter, the shortest books I have on my bookshelf. But as you can see now, like when I hold them up here, they all look pretty thin, right? So I think I could get 5 of these and knock them out pretty quickly, because I should only take like 2, max 3 days with most of these books to finish. Those are those books. I usually don't love to cater my TBR to quantity, and especially end of the year, I was always like, why are people only reading certain books to hit their goals? But now I'm that person, and I get it, because sometimes you just want to hit that goal and pat yourself on the back. And these books are books that I do want to read, and they're on my shelf. So, and I own them. So it's not like I'm picking up books I don't want to read or I have no interest in exchange for the bigger books. It's just, I don't want to put pressure on myself with the big books to really grind them out. I'm taking all the pressure off myself and sticking to probably 5 of these books, and we'll just take it from there. I never really know how to end these videos. I'm always just kind of rambling, and then I just kind of do, all right, I'll see you in my next video line, and I guess that's what I'll do today. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next book video. Bye.